Watch a parent with a small baby and you'll catch them doing something that, honestly, looks a little ridiculous. They lean over this tiny, drooling creature who can't say a single word, and they hold a full conversation with it. Oh, really? And then what happened? They ask questions. They wait for answers. They gasp at the reply, which was one gurgle and a bubble of spit. It's about as one-sided as a conversation gets. But it isn't silly at all. That back and forth is quietly doing one of the most important jobs there is. It's helping to build the baby's brain. So how does a conversation build a brain? Scientists have a name for the pattern: serve and return. Your baby serves. A coo, a look, a little arm waved at nothing. And you return it. You answer. You copy the sound. You name the thing they're staring at. A newborn's brain arrives mostly unbuilt, billions of cells waiting to be wired together. And every one of those tiny back and forth exchanges lays down another connection. The baby serves, you return, and a small piece of their brain gets built. That's the whole magic. Here's what surprises people. A baby can't really learn language from just hearing it. You could leave the radio on all day or a video playing across the room, and for their language, it does almost nothing. This has actually been tested. Sound with no one behind it barely moves the needle. What builds a baby's brain isn't words washing over them. It's words aimed at them, in answer to something they did, which means the tired parent narrating the grocery run out loud. Okay, apples, ooh, red ones, is doing far more than any app or program with a logo on the box.
Do the silly voice!
There's a particular way of talking that babies can't get enough of, and most of us do it without even deciding to. That slow, sing-song, slightly over-the-top voice, the high notes, the stretched-out vowels, hello-oo, look at you. It has an unfortunate nickname, Parentese. And if you've ever felt a little foolish doing it in public, here's your permission slip. It works. That exaggerated, musical way of speaking actually helps babies pick out where one word ends and the next begins. They lean in. They babble back. They're learning the shape of language from the melody of it. If you remember only one thing about talking to a baby, make it this. It's the turns that count, not the words. Not how much you say, how many times you go back and forth. Baby babbles, you answer, baby babbles again. Researchers who actually sit and count these little exchanges find that the number of turns, the real back and forth, however nonsensical, lines up more closely with how a child's language develops than the sheer number of words they hear. So when your baby makes a sound and looks right at you, they're not just making noise, they're taking a turn. And the most powerful thing you can do is the simplest. Take one back. Here's a simple trick that makes new words stick. Talk about whatever your baby is already looking at. When they lock onto the dog and you say, yes, dog, big fluffy dog, you've just handed them the word for the exact thing their attention was glued to. Their focus and your word arriving at the same moment. That's language learning at its most efficient. You don't have to win their attention first. You just follow it and lay the words on top. So what does all this look like on an ordinary day? Less than you'd think, and nothing that needs a curriculum. Narrate what you're doing out loud, even the dull bits. When your baby makes a sound, answer it like it meant something. Then pause and give them room to answer back. Use the silly voice. Get down close, face to face, where they can watch your mouth move. Name whatever they're looking at. And when you can, switch off the background noise. A TV talking to no one is just static between the two of you. On a long day, with a baby who gives you nothing back, it can honestly feel like you're performing to an empty room. You're not. On the other side of that lopsided little conversation is a brain being wired, sound by sound, turn by turn, by the one voice it was born wanting to hear. Your baby won't remember a single word of it, but they'll be built by all of it. That baby doesn't stay a baby, of course. Soon the sounds become words, and the words become, well, you've met a toddler. Next time, one of the strangest and most useful things they start doing with all those new words, making things up. Why little kids lie, and why a first fib is less a warning sign than a milestone. We'll see you there.